Okay, so this is just kind of a quick vlog, and basically I am getting ready to go into the heart doctor's place. I think it's called the Heart Group, and I'm getting an echocardiogram done, and I'm kind of ready for this to be over with because it's had my nerves, just shot, and I already have been sick on top of everything else. So, I've just been kind of worrying myself sick. But I am here because when I was in 5th or 6th grade, I was diagnosed as a carrier for Becker's muscular dystrophy because my dad had it, and I'm pretty sure almost all of his brothers have it. So, but basically, it causes your muscles to get weaker over time. And being a carrier, I can have certain effects because of it. So when I was diagnosed with it, I was never really told what being a carrier meant, or what was involved in being a carrier. And it was pretty much just said, you're a carrier, and then it never got mentioned again. So whenever I got my doctor as an adult, they didn't get my records from when I was a kid. So I had gotten bored recently and had Googled it, and what does it mean to be a carrier? And there's different kinds of carriers. There's manifesting carriers, which means that at some point, if you are a manifesting carrier, you can end up in a wheelchair and problems walking and stuff like that. But heart problems, cardiomyopathy, is one of the issues that they do say that carriers can develop and start getting tested between ages 25 and 30. So I went to my doctor recently, and the whole thing since I found this out has been kind of just bothering me. And I guess you could say I've been worrying myself sick about this. And I broke down, and I have a bad habit because, being at the doctor's is one of my anxieties. I just, I don't want to feel like, I don't want them to think that I'm, a hypochondriac, which, I deal with things myself usually instead of telling the doctor, which is really bad, and I'm trying to stop doing that. And so, I mentioned the fact that I had been tested and I am a carrier, and what I had found online, and they looked it up as well, and they agreed with it. They did see the fact that it is recommended to have these tests done. So that is what I'm here today, is for my first test, and I will have to start doing this every 5 years to make sure that nothing has changed. So I have never had one of these before. I have no clue what's involved. I know the paperwork says that this can take about an hour for the test, so I'm getting ready to go in, and I guess I'll check back in after the test and see how I feel. Hey, so I just got out of the heart doctor's office for my echocardiogram, I think is what it's called. Yeah, I have the paperwork over there somewhere. And yeah, it wasn't as bad as I had myself worked up to think it would be. And I have to come back next Thursday to get my results, and we'll see how that went. But overall, it wasn't a bad experience. It did take quite a lot of time to do, And I was given the wrong time when I called and scheduled. I was told 12:15, and apparently my appointment was not till 2:45. So, yeah, I just slept in the lobby, or tried to sleep in the lobby, until they had an opening, because they had some people for 1:30, and I got here at like 11:50. So I got pulled in about 2 o'clock, I think. No, 1:45, something like that. And it took a bit to do, because you had to take a lot of photos, both, on your side and on your back, to get a clear shot of the heart. This is my first ultrasound, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember ever having one of these before, so it's definitely a weird experience, that's to say. But yeah, we will see how this goes, just to make sure everything is good. Heart failure is, something that my dad died from, and my granny died from it too, but she was on the other side of the family. And so heart problems do run in my family, and with the muscular dystrophy, my chances are even worse. So here's hoping that the results are good. So I'll update you guys next week.